Curious if the last 16 Sickle is still any good? I got you covered. This viewer requested build also includes an Autocannon, Eagle Airstrike, and DMS Mortar. Not to mention, it runs Impact Grenades instead of stuns. So, Hawks are going to test how good your aim really is. My name is Phacil, and welcome to another solo Helldive. Today's mission is about retrieving valuable data. As mentioned, this build was requested by viewer Yearn to Learn. I hope you enjoy how I ran it. I guarantee it was suboptimal, but I feel I made it work decently well. I decided to start adding some pop quizzes relating to highlights, for your entertainment. So here's your first question. At the 38-minute marker I A. Kill 2 Hulks with 4 autocannon bullets, B. Decimate a factory strider with belly shots, or C. Take out a heavy outpost in a minute. Tip number 1. Match your loadout to the planet and operational modifiers. This is a cold planet, for example, so weapons that need to cool down are extra nice. Ooh, I forget how nice it is to not have any recoil, by the way. Also, the fact that the Sickle gives infinite ammo is amazing. Although I'm not much of an assault rifle or machine gun fan, the Sickle does feel different. The lack of recoil is probably the biggest part of that. I should just leave here. The objective is getting dropshipped and I can easily reroute to the heavy outpost northwest of me. I don't know though. I feel like sickling some bots. Sickling? I don't know. I hope you get me. So yeah, I should definitely leave here. But I don't know, man. Like, the lack of recoil on this gun just makes me want to shoot stuff. Like, look at this. And this is me overstaying my welcome. Time to go, I think. Tip number 2. Herd the sheep. By swaying left to right here, I'm trying to make the berserkers line up single file. Makes them a lot easier to decimate. With any gun, really. They also form a wall, preventing the bots behind them from shooting you. Countless wins, basically. Reflection number 1. Don't waste time fighting enemies you don't have to. I'm a complete fool and I just love shooting random stuff. But if your intention is to win, objectives are the name of the game. So get moving. And tip number 3. Diversify your boosters. I went with muscle enhancement on this planet specifically, because I knew I was going to be trotting through snow like this. And because Yearn to Learn didn't ask me for a specific booster, of course. I've run into heavy outposts with this layout from this specific angle so many times, yet somehow, with the autocannon, it always feels like a joke. Tower cannon? No problem. Fabricators? No problem. Hulks? No problem. If you haven't unlocked the autocannon yet, boy oh boy are you missing out. Get to it. This is me wasting precious time again. Don't do that. Tip number 4. Use visual references. An Eagle Airstrike can take out 3 fabricators here if you throw it over this cliff correctly. I haven't found the exact way to do it yet, but finding it is gold. Basically, I'm looking for a specific spot to stand and a specific angle to aim at from that specific spot, in order to get the airstrike to nail all 3 fabricators. I'll post a video on it if I find the correct angle. Or, if you have the answer, comment below please. I keep forgetting to change the scope range to the correct distance. I'm so used to the diligence counter sniper where it's not really necessary in my opinion, but I feel like with an assault rifle-esque weapon, you definitely have to change the scope range more often. The correct answer was C. This was as quick and easy as a heavy outpost will get. That Eagle Airstrike did work. Here's the next quiz. At the 34-minute marker I A. Input a 6-arrow code in 0.72 seconds. B. Kill 3 Devastators with 1 autocannon bullet. Or C. I airstrike 12 Devastators. Oftentimes when discussing how good a gun is, people compare it to a different one. Which makes sense in a way, but it also misses a very big point. Like, I love my sniper rifles, and throughout all my years of gaming I've never liked assault rifles. So if the meta is an assault rifle, well, that sucks for me, because I'm not running it. I feel like the devs in this game are nailing that pretty well though, simply because of how big the variety is in guns that people bring. So props to them. And I hope you bring whatever you like, and not just what you think is best. Tip number 5. Throw resupplies near objective consoles. That way, you can come back to old resupplies more easily. If you're anything like me, you'll often throw a resupply only to end up wondering where the heck it went. This tip is basically a life hack around that problem. It also works particularly well when you're in a squad and you enjoy splitting up to full clear maps. Because if all 4 of you agree to placing resupplies on objective consoles, and you can basically always find the resupplies. The correct answer was A. That code took less than 1 second. I feel like my brain registered that code faster than my eyes saw it. Smoke came off my fingers, I tell you. Quiz number 3. At the 30-minute marker I A. Melee a rocket devastator to death. B. Get arrogant and a heavy devastator headshots me. Or C. Impact grenade myself into the super sample rock. So far I'm enjoying this build quite a bit, but to be fair it has an autocannon in it, which basically sells me on it instantly. The Sickle complements the heavy autocannon shells well though, so definitely good synergy there. Reflection number 2. Adapt to planetary hazards. The snowstorm makes me invisible here, but it also makes me slow. Those two facts make the best strat here to simply run. So, run man! If you're enjoying the video so far, a like and a sub would help me out a lot. Thank you for the support. Also, I have no idea how much you're enjoying the pop quizzes. If you like them, please let me know in the comments, so I can keep adding them to future content. Tip number 6. Prioritize light infantry first. They're the dropship callers, specifically the guys with 1 gun and 1 sword, better known as commissars. If you get good at locating the commissars, fighting automatons actually gets a crap ton easier. Although, I enjoy how hectic things can get fighting bots, when I'm actually aiming for quick and high mission success rates, I will take my time to find the commissars, and make sure they die first. I absolutely love when objectives are so close to each other. The text in the center of the screen spikes that juicy dopamine. If you're new to my channel, this is probably where I mention I add fun facts from my life experience as a healthcare professional to my videos. I definitely apologize if the information rubs you the wrong way. It's information that helped me out a lot in life, and I hope it does the same for you. Every time I see hulks drop, I realize how much more tense I feel not having my stun grenades. I feel like the autocannon maybe nullifies the impact grenade's utility, but I'm not sure though. Fun fact number 1. You can mentally fake it till you make it. When a hulk is approaching you like this, it's easy to start getting stressed. The thought I force myself to believe is, you're fine, Phacil, relax. Granted, it doesn't always work, but often it does. And when it does, the situation usually resolves the way I want it to. I know there's people that call this manifestation, as in you created that situation with your mind, but that's a bit too psychedelic for me. I'll simply say that I believe taking control of your mind will more often than not get you what you want in life. Let's leave it at that. I freaking hate when automatons take cover like professional Counter-Strike players. The correct answer was B. I had all the cover in the world and didn't use it. That heavy devastator decided to teach me a lesson. Quiz number 4. I hope you're enjoying these. At the 27-minute marker, I A. Get stabbed in the left butt cheek and die. B. Manage to survive for 63 seconds with less than 5% health. Or C. Dodge a hulk's melee attack 3 times in a row with a broken leg. Reflection number 3. Don't tunnel vision. I really wanted this tank before it turned around, but I didn't make my window. By trying to force it here, I basically signed my death sentence. Lesson learned. I feel like getting run over by a tank is slapstick comedy in a way. Like, what are the odds, am I right? 2 deaths so far. Not too bad, I think. Tip number 7. Impact grenades kills hulks, tanks and tower cannons really fast when thrown at their vents. I believe it's 2 nades for a kill on each. The reason I'm not sure is because I don't run impact grenades that often against automatons. I feel the stun grenades simply outshine them. They're definitely not bad though. I think if you swap out the impact grenades for stun grenades, you'll like this build even more, Yearn. I'm using the Sickle as much as possible by the way for the video. It's much more efficient to kill berserkers with the autocannon though. Fun fact number 2. Cognitive dissonance sucks. Basically, it's the concept that we feel stress when what we believe, say and do aren't aligned. And it doesn't matter which aspect of yourself you change, as long as the 3 align, you're fine. This right here is me believing I can just kill these devastators really quick and then I can move on. No biggie. And I believe this so firmly that I waste more than 30 seconds fighting 3 random devastators. Instead of just accepting, My aim is off right now, and I should just run around the rock, which arguably is a much better strategy in every single regard. So yeah, remember to adapt. And also, remember that unfortunately, adapting starts with changing what you believe. In the words of Napoleon Hill, either you control your mind, or your mind controls you. Good luck. Although I'm zigzagging for my life here, hoping to get my stuff back, it's probably a more accurate strategy to just simply leave and then come back for the stuff later. Definitely an option you should consider more often than not if you're having trouble clearing Helldives. I'm still in complete control. This is fine. See? Completely fine. Who needs stims and the sprint button anyway? And the correct answer was A. Honestly, no idea how I survived that long, so I suppose getting knifed is a fitting demise. Popquiz number 5. I wonder how well you're doing. Let me know in the comments. At the 24-minute marker, I A. Dodge 3 headshots by crouch sliding down a hill. B. Take out 4 berserkers with one of their own mortars. Or C. Kill myself by accident with the autocannon. I'm barely using my Redeemer, simply because I feel the Sickle covers the role the Redeemer would normally have. Also because I'm on a cold planet, and the Sickle hardly overheats. It's definitely worth analyzing a bit more though. Tip number 8. Don't use Automaton corpses as cover. Sometimes there's an invisible wall preventing you from shooting across the corpse. Other times, it's not actually cover, and you get decimated by bots shooting through the corpse. In short, it's probably best to just stick to actual cover. I feel like the tower cannon's aggroing is a bit random. Sometimes they spot me a mile away, and sometimes I can literally be sprinting next to it, and it doesn't seem to care. Does anyone know what actually triggers it? Like, does it have, in quotation marks, eyes, and it only sees in front of it, I guess? Let me know if you know for sure, please. Thank you. My go-to tip, in basically every video I've made, is to check your minimap really often, for multiple reasons. The main one being that it prevents you from getting flanked. I feel like people underestimate how deadly it is to get caught by surprise. So yeah, check your minimap, team. These little outposts are fantastic for practicing your flick shots, by the way. Or rather, the speed with which you bounce your aim from target to target. So for target practice purposes, don't skip these outposts. Reflection number 4. Patience is a virtue. I saw the flare here, so I knew the dropship was incoming. I should have waited for it before throwing my Eagle Airstrike. Not waiting just made things unnecessarily difficult. So be patient, really. I need this outpost dead quick. There's way too much crap headed my way. Unfortunately, that was also my last Eagle. So here's to hoping the EMS Mortar puts in work. Have I mentioned how much I hate having low ground? Oh no, they're appearing like cockroaches. A little help please, EMS Mortar? I'm hit! Sweet liberty! The correct answer was A. Let me replay that in slow-mo. I'm not even gonna pretend that was calculated, but it sure looked sick, didn't it? So glad I crouched to dodge those headshots, oh my god. Okay, question number 6. At the 17-minute marker I A. Get a free radar objective, no rotation needed. B. Die to a ninja Hulk Scorcher flanking me. Or C. Make 2 tapping a Hulk to the eye look easy. No idea how I still have 2 reinforcements left, but I'll take it. In this particular section, I do miss my Diligence Counter Sniper. The Sickle is a fantastic assault rifle, but I feel like the whole point to an assault rifle is being allowed to expend bullets more inaccurately, with less of a consequence basically. Unfortunately, that also means landing all your shots comes with less of a reward. Sniper rifles in most games are the opposite of that. There's more punishment if you miss, but there's also a lot more reward if you hit. It's just an opinion, I suppose. Fun fact number 3. Pessimism is insane. Choosing to believe the worst possible thing is going to happen is even worse if you end up being right. That would mean you lived through that pain twice. Choose optimism instead. Best case scenario, you had fun and were happy, and you ended up being right on top of that. Worst case scenario, you had fun and were happy, and you learned a lesson. The net result is still, you had a good time. Choose good times, team. And I know, you might be thinking, yeah, but being wrong really freaking hurt, man. Yes, it did. My point is, it would have hurt regardless. So have fun, enjoy life, and all you have to the fullest. Take the pain as it comes and use it to enjoy your next chapter even more powerfully. Truth is, I used to be quite the pessimist myself, until I started realizing that things are normally not as bad as I thought they were. But, no way in hell was I gonna admit that to myself though. I digress. Be optimistic. Give the benefit of the doubt. Dance in the rain and all the other extremely hippie shit you can think of. It works, so enjoy. On a different note, I wanted to thank you again for sticking with me through these videos. I enjoy making them quite a bit, and I hope you get something out of it, be it in-game or out-of-game info. So whether you absolutely love my videos, or just enjoy watching them so you can decide what to insult me over, I appreciate you in both scenarios, because life's short, and wasting time on hate is the dumbest shit ever. Long story short, thank you for watching. We're at that point in the video where multiple outposts are destroyed, so combat has slowed down quite a bit. This demonstrates pretty well why movement speed enhancement will almost always be good, in any game. It usually enhances your dodging capabilities in combat, if not something more, and it will definitely enhance your effectiveness outside of combat, because if you're not fighting something, more often than not, you're moving from point A to B. So if you're ever wondering what you should upgrade, in any game, usually movement speed is a good idea. No enemies are spawning near me right now because I'm near the edge of the map. I explained this in my last video, and there's really good information written on it if you Google Helldivers 2 patrol spawns. Tip number 9. Sentries are also decoys. You can use your sentries to force the pathing of enemies. Oftentimes they want your sentry destroyed really badly, so they'll go out of their way to get it. Use that info to your advantage. I dropped the sentry on the right side here, to reroute all possible enemies to that side of the rock. That prevents me from getting flanked from the left here. The correct answer was C. Shooting a hawk in the eye like that can be quite daunting, honestly. This run went well for me, but it doesn't always. Remember to embrace your wins. Almost done. 3 more questions. Number 7. At the 14-minute marker I A. Get stabbed and die again. B. Stress out, lose my aim and die to a devastator. Or C. Forget to stim and die by bleeding out. Cutting a small piece of the video here. I simply ran all the way back to the sieve. Didn't fire a single bullet. I haven't been able to figure out how to consistently throw these shells. I explained the mechanic in a short video, but getting the execution down is absolutely killing me. Does anyone have any tips on how to throw them consistently? Much appreciated. Reflection number 5. Never underestimate a patrol. I thought this group was pretty tiny, so I just went on about my business. I paid for that miscalculation.
Freedom never sleeps!
The correct answer was B. Looking at his death, all I'm thinking is, where's the freaking autocannon, man? Alright, 2 more questions. Here we go. Number 8. At the 5-minute marker I A. Accidentally fall off a cliff into a patrol. B. Eat rockets while rotating the main objective satellite. Or C. Get high ground on a patrol and hit them with a delicious impact grenade. I left the hard drive here because I didn't feel like juggling the 2 drives to the main objective, and because I heard another patrol. So, 2 birds, 1 stone really. By the way, I wanted to ask you a channel related question. I'm trying to build a positive and optimistic community around this YouTube channel, and I was wondering if you had any good recommendations for that. I'd love to hear them. Between these videos and my streaming on Twitch, I'm getting to connect with quite a few of you, which I'm absolutely loving. I'm looking into being able to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but I'm new to all of this, so give me a bit. I don't rock at the pace some of you guys do. Thank you for any and all ideas you throw my way.
Get some! Get some!
For Berserkers, I will admit that I like the Sickle a lot more than I do my Diligence Counter Sniper. I suppose because I feel it's kinda hard to hit their weak spots consistently. Just need more practice, I guess. I realized too late here that I'm running in the wrong direction for this heavy outpost layout. I should U-turn and run counterclockwise around it. Everything in there wouldn't be able to see me, and I'd be done real quick. Instead, I get to suffer. Enjoy, I guess. Staring inwards, my mind here wanders to philosophical questions. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? I do realize quickly I should stop with the philosophy though, because these bots are definitely going to help me out with my existential crisis if I don't. Tip number 10. Your ammo capacity is often visually present. I can count the autocannon clips by watching my backpack. You can also see if your quasar is almost ready to fire again, and how many missiles you have left for your recoilless and spear, for example. Reflection number 6. Cover, cover, cover. If you want high success rates against automatons, you need to get used to running from cover to cover. The loading screen is very right there. There we go. Let's get out of here. Sheesh. Also, I really didn't use the hell bombs enough on this planet. Marfarg is littered with them, so definitely made this a lot harder for myself than I needed to. Did give me more stuff to sickle though. See? Starting to feel more like a verb every time I use it. I sickle, you sickle, we all sickle, baby.
Unleashing democracy.
Eagle 1 never misses. Okay, that's a lie. She definitely misses, but it's usually poorly communicated coordinates, so I'll give her that, I guess. For this mission specifically, if you enjoy assault rifles, I'd actually recommend bringing a submachine gun instead, for the simple reason that carrying the hard drive is suddenly not a burden, because SMGs are considered one-handed weapons. Definitely worth considering at least. One more fun fact, since I know quite a few of you enjoy hearing about mental biases. So, number 4. There's an egocentric bias known as the curse of knowledge. Say, you're a student doing an internship. You might run into someone who's a complete ass to you, because you simply don't know or don't know how to do certain things yet. Now it's easy to say they're just being an ass, but there's a good chance that the subject you're talking about is something they consider easy, and so therefore, you're dumb. Which in a way makes sense if you think about it. It's still really mean though, and simply not true, because you just haven't had time to learn it yet. The crazy part is, once you graduate and start working, even if it's in the same company you interned at, there's a good chance you'll fall into this egocentric bias without noticing. You might catch yourself saying things like, man, this new kid is not the sharpest tool in the shed. Which is the same thing that was said about you. So the next time you think someone is dumb, remember to take a step back and wonder if maybe they simply haven't had enough time to learn yet. Food for thought. Alright, classic Phacil time. Everything's going smoothly, so let's piss off some bots unnecessarily. Stop the dropship twice. Hell yeah. We're just gonna pretend like I needed to kill these guys for whatever reason we can think of. On a more serious note, I think the main reason I enjoy unnecessarily fighting stuff is because I'm a completionist slash perfectionist at heart, and leaving stuff alive feels like I missed something. It's a good thing killing enemies doesn't give you anything of value in this game, or I'd be in serious psychological trouble. The correct answer was C. My only regret here is not throwing another one. Like, come on, they're begging for it. Okay, last question. I hope you enjoyed. Number 9. During extraction, I A. have the best peeking session of my life, holding off hordes of bots. B. overestimate how well the snowstorm hides me, die, and the mission ends. Or C. I die when half an inch away from the pelican. I haven't said anything about the Eagle Airstrike yet this run, but I don't think there's much to say. It falls into the same category as the Autocannon, I feel. It's an amazing tool in all circumstances, and then it has some situations where it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm pretty sure most people would rate the Eagle Airstrike as at least A tier, but probably S tier. So if you don't run it often, definitely try it out for a couple runs. I guarantee you'll change your mind after that. Tip number 11. Use your environment. Ice planets, for example, have stun grenade plants at your disposal. I often forget to use them as well, so try to remember. I do enjoy running into these giant packs of light infantry. I feel like there has to be a dev at Arrowhead with at least a little bit of a sense of humor. Like, why would you specifically throw this at people? It's also probably a wet dream for people who love machine guns, to be fair. Oh well.
For prosperity!
Approaching the extraction here, I'll summarize what I think of the build urn. I think it's a well-rounded loadout, with a few mismatches. The Autocannon is my favorite gun, so well done there of course. And the Eagle Airstrike is always a solid choice, as mentioned. The EMS Mortar kind of made me feel like I brought stun grenades, just much more randomly. I think that's probably why I didn't really like the Impact Grenades in this build. Exchanging them for stun grenades would free up a stratagem slot, which is gigantic obviously. Of course, this is all preference. For the weapons, although I'm not an assault rifle type of person, the Sickle does feel very well designed. The low recoil combined with the infinite ammo gives it a very Freebird feel. Missing enemies just doesn't feel like a problem, which I think is quite nice. The impact grenades are very good as mentioned. I'm just not sure what situations my playstyle at least would run into where I would need them instead of the autocannon against bots. Against Terminids, the impacts are much better than the autocannon against Bile Spewers for example, so definitely solid there. Against bots, I prefer the stun grenades, because other than a dropship stopping right above you, I'm not sure what situations you'd use the impacts in. Let me know, I'd say. Lastly, I only had 3 stratagem slots, or I would have brought the orbital rail cannon strike you asked for. With practice, I'd argue the Eagle 110s outperform it against bots, especially after patch 400, but it's definitely a solid choice regardless. Thank you for the fun build, Jörn. I hope you enjoyed the way I played it. The correct answer was A. I basically held this position for over a minute. Luckily, I didn't get flanked. Because they all came at me single file, it was probably one of the easiest extractions. Remember, boys and girls, positioning is king, and always will be. Oh, and don't forget to check your minimap. Thank you for sticking with me through this run. I hope you had fun, and hopefully learned something. If you'd like me to try out your build in a similar fashion, feel free to post your loadout in the comment section. Also include whether you'd like to see me fight Automatons or Terminids with it. I write down all recommendations and I'll do my best to get them all done. Small disclaimer though, I can't promise I'll run your loadout in the current patch since I post these long form videos once a week only. So if your build requires a specific patch, I can't promise I'll be able to pull that off. Other than that, we should be good. My name is Phacil. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, and just being here really. Be well, and take care.